Final Fantasy VII. So, there's a lot of people going around now in the theory community for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. For the longest time, a lot of people tended to have like this theory that what like the worlds and all that stuff, what all of that was about was the possibility of, you know, the multiverse theory, like with the MCU and so on and so forth, right? Like, you know, different timelines, alternate worlds, you know, that kind of stuff. Lately, however, it's been like what? It's October now, so it's been like 8 months now, right? Now, some of the people who love making theories or who are more Final Fantasy theory YouTube content creators and stuff like that, they're now going into this idea that what's happening with the worlds and stuff like that is a live stream. Now, this is something that I have actually talked about, you know, back then. Like, I think I made a video on it 5 months ago. About what I think the live stream is doing, like what the worlds are, and so like that. I want to give like an updated version of that for this new video, and simply is that a lot of people are now seeing the live stream theory as more of the theory that's actually what is occurring with the remake project. And of course, a lot of people, you know, are more, you know, are posing it as if it's like something that they discovered and that it's brand new, when it's been actually a thing for literally since after Rebirth ended. A lot of people, not even myself, a lot of other people also talked about it being a live stream thing. However, you know, no one can confirm whether or not that's what the devs are doing. And slowly, piece by piece, sometimes people will slowly, you know, after listening to people, after looking at, you know, the clues in the game, a lot of times those opinions of, you know, what they think changes. It's common in theory practices. And, you know, I'm not going to go on and say that they shouldn't say that they're the first ones, or like they're the ones who discovered that this is the reason, right? I'm not trying to say that or anything like that. What I am going to talk about is simply what my opinion on it now is, and expand on like what the previous video I did was on. So the live stream, I even had like a whole whiteboard and shit like that on it. But the live stream is essentially, there's one huge strand of the live stream. It's fucking huge, right? It's just like, let's pretend my arm is the live stream, like the main live stream. When in Remake, when you defeat the Harbinger of Fate, that moment where you do, it causes a something to occur in the live stream that causes a bunch of strands of the live stream to, you know, separate. Kind of like a tree branch. Like you have different branches of the live stream. These are the so-called worlds, right? So when you have each, you know, branch spread like that, you get these open worlds. That's why we see Zack at the end, we see Biggs alive at the end, and so on and so forth. And that's what I think is essentially happened, that the large live stream that essentially operates and, like, you know, is the entire planet, is the entire world, is branching off because Cloud and company defeated the Harbinger of Fate. That is an event where the live stream started to split apart and create these multiple worlds. Now, why would Sephiroth want you to do that? Well, for me, my thoughts on it, and what, you know, Sephiroth is trying to do, is essentially create his perfect live stream, his perfect world, or whatever you want to call it. But he can't do it because the live stream is just too strong. It is too powerful. He cannot corrupt it with like Genova or anything like that by himself because it's just too strong. What he needed was essentially a way to separate the live stream to smaller strands so that then he could corrupt it, thus causing these worlds to slowly die or like be destroyed. Media constantly. By doing that, he's corrupting the live stream itself. As they die, they revert back into the main live stream. And by doing that, the main live stream is weakening. It's getting weaker. Because now his influence is causing something to happen in the live stream. That's why you see, you know, two versions of the Whispers. You see Sephiroth in the live stream. And, you know, also Eric losing her memories and all that stuff. All of that is part of Sephiroth's plan to corrupt the main live stream. You will see exactly what I mean by Sephiroth and live stream in this video. As it continues to play, you'll eventually see it, right? But He wants to do it simply because he originally could not destroy or like corrupt the main life stream because it was too strong. So he's separating the life stream into the smaller ones so that he could corrupt those. And as they enter back into the life stream, because they are, when the worlds die, they merge back. That's what he means by like connecting the worlds together and so on and so forth, because they go back into the life stream. It's not multiple worlds. They're not just disappearing. They're heading back into the life stream. So that's why this is what Sephiroth's plan is. He wants to slowly corrupt the big main life stream. And by doing that, he's doing it piece by piece, by each and every tree branch, right? Hi, Depina. I think it was also needs some power from the life stream because he did absorb the whispers. Yeah, exactly. The whispers are essentially trying to dictate or trying to prevent like the flow of the live stream from going all over the place. By having Sephiroth control some of the whispers, he's able to dictate where and what path the big live stream is heading towards, right? Because that's literally what the whispers are there for. So by doing that, he's slowly destroying the worlds by corrupting them, piece by piece, world by world, right? It's why we see all these, moments where like the worlds are dying because of meteor, and it's constantly like you see visions of Cloud having visions, and the rest of the party seeing all these meteors destroying each and every world, right? As Sephiroth and Cloud are going into that like white space where they see all these memories and stuff like that, those are all worlds that have branched off from the live stream, right? And eventually all those will be corrupted and broken off and heading back into the live stream, but they will be destroyed because of Sephiroth's influence, Jenova's influence, and the corruption they are doing to these small live streams. You see it, they're fighting. The White Whispers, or we think that they're Everett's Whispers, are trying to prevent the Black Whispers from causing the course of the live stream, the main live stream, from following what Sephiroth is trying to do. And by, that is causing this whole entire battle that you see here right now in the thing, and why Tifa is being shown this, right? And as Sephiroth continues to do this, he's slowly weakening the live stream to eventually the point where he's able to control the flow of the live stream and create that perfect world he wants. What is that perfect world? I'm not entirely too sure. What it could be is a world where Sephiroth creates a perfect world where not only does he win, maybe to appease Jenova, his mother, or it could also be for essentially creating himself to be like a being that does the same exact thing Jenova does, right? Jenova is this parasite. It goes from planet to planet and tries to, destroy the planet from within, tries to corrupt the planet like a virus. Sephiroth might be trying to appease his mother, right, by becoming exactly what she is. But in order to do that, he needs to get control of the planet. Once he has the control of the planet, he becomes that parasite. It's literally what he tries to do in Advent Children, right? By corrupting the live stream, he is able to become similar to Jenova and then go on to the next planet and be a parasite for the next planet and stuff like that. That's what his, I think, ultimate goal essentially is. It will link back to Advent Children in that way. So, it's to me, that's what Sephiroth's main goal is. Now, how does this connect to, like, let's say, the stamps? Why there are many different stamps? For me personally, I think the reason why there's so many different stamps is because the devs also said this, that they're to differentiate what world is which, right? They're all different stamps that all mean, it all just describes what world the characters that are in that world are in. And I think the reason why they're so different is because we know that the life stream is full of memories, memories, dreams, and so on, and all that stuff. What it essentially, to me, tells me is that the different stamp designs are specifically for whoever memory dream, belongs, in that world. The strongest person whose memories and dreams create that world, essentially. Which is why when you have the dream world date with Aerith, like at the end, you see that Stamp is similar to a animal that kind of represents Zack in a way. I forgot what kind of dog it was, but it represents Zack, right? Because that's her dream world, right? She, is going on this date with Cloud, but you could see the influence that Zack has on her in her, memories and her dreams, and that's why the version of Stamp there, or like, the doll that you see there, is like her version of what she would want Stamp to be, right? However, there is also, when you go to the candy stuff, I believe it's a different Stamp, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. That's the one part of this theory that's still kind of like the weakest for me. In order to really, explain myself well, it's literally one of the weakest parts of this theory, right? But I do think that's literally what's happening with Lifestream. It's all in the Lifestream. The Lifestream is omnipotent, and everything that's happening is determined by the Lifestream, is determined by people's dreams, and whatever strand or whatever world gets separated, whoever's strongest dream, whoever's strongest memories are in that world, in that separate world, is how the world gets influenced. So that's what I think is happening. That's what I think is like the whole thing with the Lifestream, and essentially why Sephiroth wants to, or what Sephiroth's plan is, right? He wants to continue to create conflict within the Lifestream so that he can weaken it to create his perfect world. You even see it in the final chapter. He tells Aerith to continue to pray. Why? The reason why I think he continues to tell her to pray is because that moment where Cloud is unable to save Aerith, right? That's another moment, similar to how like the Harbinger of Fate was like that moment that caused like separations and strands of, multiple words to appear. That moment caused another chain of events, similar to the Harbinger of Death, where more strands have been separated. He's trying to weaken it. And what's happening is, see you later, Seb. And what's happening essentially is that by causing more strands to appear, especially one of the most important strands, which is why you see the rift in the sky, that is one of those strands that he wants to corrupt. That rift in the sky that you see is essentially similar to like what Cloud is seeing, because that's essentially his rift. The rift between him and the world that they're currently in, because that's essentially what his world is. That world that he sees the rift in, that's his world. That's his strongest dreams and memories happening there, which is why he can see Aerith as well. Right? And of course, Aerith is now more in tune with the Lifestream now. She's kind of like Omni Aerith in that situation, where she is in the Lifestream and she's going to be there for the majority of Part 3. Because she has to be there in order to stop Meteor, because unfortunately, if you played the original game, Holy does not work. Now, of course, they could change things up and stuff like that. Of course, I'm not going against that, right? Because at the end of the day, they could always change certain things, right? But the point is that Aerith's death became another point in time when more strands separated, thus allowing Sephiroth to corrupt more strands as they go back into the Lifestream. The most important strand or important world that he's trying to corrupt is Cloud's, which is why he has this entire thing about Cloud, you can't trust Tifa, because he's trying to break Cloud. That moment where he breaks down is going to happen in Part 3, right? And that in itself will cause more worlds, that Lifestream, that main Lifestream, to essentially be so corrupted that Sephiroth is able to control whatever path that main Lifestream goes to and whatever the perfect world leads to. And I think that's what Sephiroth wants. By destroying Cloud, or, really messing Cloud up, and that will happen when they reach the crater, the North Crater, that's going to be when everything goes to shit, because now the perfect world is slowly starting to take place. Right? He's going to summon Meteor. He's going to destroy this world. The moment he destroys the world Cloud is in, this world right here, where they are in, is the moment he's able to finally take down the Lifestream and literally fuse with it, allow Jenova to fuse with it, and become that sentient being that he wanted to be in Advent children so that he could then become another parasite just like Genova and go on to the next planet. And repeat the process just like his mother used to do. He wants so badly to appease his mother, to be like his mother, right? The moment, like, that's all, like, he really wants to do nothing more than that, right? And that's the only way he can really do without bringing her, you know, to life or, like, you know, saving her is to become someone just like her so that he could continue his bloodline's, you know, path towards being a parasite in other worlds. So, yeah, that's what I think is happening. That's my idea, or like what I think is currently happening from just based on just replaying the game, just seeing certain things and reading and even listening to other people talk as well about, you know, Final Fantasy VII theories and just coming out with my own conclusion. That's what I think is currently happening. It sounds a little confusing, probably because I'm not the best at wording it properly, right? But I do think that's what's happening, and yeah. That's my theory. That's my updated idea or theory of what I think is happening in terms of the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Remake trilogy and what they're trying to do with it, right? It's literally Sephiroth trying to become that sentient being so that he could do exactly as his mother does and become that parasite on another planet and continue, you know, what his mother did when she came to this planet, to Gaia. And he needs to defeat and corrupt Cloud, because Cloud's, more than likely, for some strange reason, Cloud's dreams and memories are the strongest, and by destroying his, then you can weaken the Lifestream, you know, weaken it enough for Sephiroth to finally claim what he had always wanted. That's what I think is essentially what is happening here. Who knows? I could definitely be wrong. Like, like, knowing me and my record of, like, theories, it's probably I'm wrong as shit, you know? I'm fucking wrong as fuck. But that's where I am currently standing on what is happening and what they're trying to do. And part 3 is going to be all about preventing Sephiroth's perfect world, preventing him from becoming the sentient being. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So, we'll see. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys soon. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.